Hi everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and today we have a very special video because we are going to be talking about the Q&A section of Mutya Ng Pilipinas 2022. Actually, I had the privilege to attend this event just yesterday, and I must say that I'm really surprised by not only the production of the event, the caliber of the candidates, and the overall outcome of the competition. So during this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my comments and feedback about each one of the candidates that made the top 7 and their Q&A performance. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and be part of the conversation in the comment section down below. I'm just gonna add that if you want to see the behind the scenes and everything that I got to do during the Mutya Ng Pilipinas 2022 edition, please go on my Instagram and check out because I've been posting photos and stories and a lot of fun things. So it's a better way for you guys to discover my experience. Now, I won't keep you waiting much longer. I will see you with my reaction right after the intro.
Be strong.
Alright, so please come forward, Mutya ng Makati City, Shannon Robinson.
Here we go with Makati. Makati was a heavy favorite during the pageant. Many people in the audience rooting for her with
Hello,
banners and
Makati
t-shirts and a
City.
lot
Hi,
of
Miss
things.
Makati. Take
So
your question.
the audience was going crazy at this particular moment.
Alright, so your question is, would the crown on your head change you in any way? Let me repeat. Would the crown on your head change you in any way?
Stop. The crown on my head would change me simply because that comes with being crowned a queen. I've been here acting as if I have won, acting as if I have done everything I can in my power. And what will change when the crown is upon my head? I will know so. I will continue to serve Mutya. I will give back everything it has given to me. The only thing that won't change is myself, my humility, my heart, the way I make my decisions, and the way I represent myself. Thank you very much.
Okay, that was a really strong answer from Miss Makati. I'm going to say, when I heard the question live during the event, I automatically thought about, not changing at all who you are, but what really changes is the platform that you are giving and the type of support and reach that you will have when you work closely with such an organization. And all throughout her answer, she kept it calm, she kept it together, she managed the nerves. So, congratulations, Miss Makati.
Let us call on Mutya ng Bataan.
Come
Miss
on,
Iona
Bataan.
Gibbs.
Pick your question, Miss Bataan.
Okay, so here is your question. Some say that beauty pageants are irrelevant. If so, how can a beauty pageant become more relevant? Let me repeat. Some say that beauty pageants
Good
are
question.
irrelevant. If so, how can a beauty pageant become more relevant?
Thank you for that question. I think that the perfect example of a beauty pageant that is relevant in our current day and age right now is the one I'm standing on the stage for Mutya. I believe that Mutya, by representing the importance of sustainability, inclusivity, those are all things that in our current world we need a lot more of. We need a lot more inclusivity in terms of the people, and thank you.
Okay, so for those of you who actually watched the entire show, you know that Iona, representing Bataan, is the candidate who won the entire thing. She won the highest crown at Mutya Ng Pilipinas. Of course, we have to address the obvious here. She did not have enough time to finish her entire answer, and you could feel that in the beginning, she was a little bit nervous. That is perfectly fine. I think that overall, she still delivered a consistent answer with substance, and you could feel that it was relatable. On top of that, what I'm going to say is that once again, if you watch the entire show, from the beginning of the competition, Miss Bataan was doing so well in the competition. She received several special awards. Here you can even see her wearing the sash of Best in Long Gown. So it seems to me that the judges were not just taking the Q&A segment into consideration when they were picking, you know, who was going to win the pageant, but they were looking at the entire performance. As a matter of fact, I even had the opportunity to talk to her backstage. She was the sweetest person ever. We bonded a little bit about our Canadian heritage because it seems like she also lived in Canada for a few years, and our friends even took us home, so we had the opportunity to share that moment together in the car as we were just heading back home. So Iona, I'm super proud of you, so happy for your win, and congratulations. I hope that you make the most out of this experience.
Ng Camarines Sur, Miss Jeanette Reyes.
She's so beautiful. She reminds me of a candidate that I saw in Montreal at a local
Take your
pageant.
question, Miss Camarines
face.
Sur.
Yes.
Okay. If you could heal the world, what is the first thing that you would do? Again, if you could
I
heal
remember
the
this
world,
answer.
what is the first thing that you would do?
If I could heal the world, I think the first thing that I would do is to make people realize what really matters, and that's our family. Last September, I lost my first and only nephew, and it changed my life so much. I tend to give more importance about the people that I love, and for me, it's one of the most important lessons that I've learned, to cherish every moment, to live in it, and spread love. Thank you so much.
This was hands down the most emotional answer of the entire night. And honestly, props to you. I really commend you for being so vulnerable on stage. That's really not easy, you know, to show something that, you know, was like a traumatic experience or something that still hurts and put that out there in front of like hundreds of people. It's really, really challenging, but she managed to show her vulnerabilities to everyone, and on top of that, end on a positive note, to take a very, very painful story and turn it into something uplifting and inspiring, and trying to give a positive message for all of the viewers and those, you know, streaming from home as well. You can see that this is a moment that she was allowing herself to showcase herself with no filter, with no walls, no barriers. And I think that's exactly what is needed from the girls when they are competing at a national and international pageants, because we want people to relate to them. We want people to see that they're beautiful, you know, strong, empowered, but that they are also human.
Let us call on Mutya ng Northern California, Ariana Padrid.
Come on, Northern California. Lots of foreign states. We have Northern California,
Please
Southern
state your
California, we
question.
have Canada, we have Australia, I think. And the host, oh, baby!
How would you practice sustainability in everyday life to make an impact on the environment? Again, how would you practice sustainability in everyday life to make an impact on the environment?
The best way to practice sustainability is to preserve our materials that are able to be reused. I do practice this by recycling and reusing fabric. A good way for our generation to preserve and reuse is to go thrift shopping. There are so many other ways we can also do this, and I think that it's great that Mutya is bringing awareness to sustainability.
All right, thank you so much, Northern California.
Okay, Northern California did an incredible job with the substance of the answer. I really, really loved it. Now, I would have wished two things. First of all, to see a little bit more personality just in the way that she delivered her answer. She had a perfectly structured answer with cohesive ideas as well. There were no peaks and valleys. It was really just one note. And for me, that can be problematic, because when you are supposed to be a title holder and you need to speak in front of people and inspire others and interact with people, you cannot just be one-noted. You really have to go ahead and interact, create a connection, create a meaningful link with people. That's the only thing that was lacking for me. I also would have appreciated if she came closer to the microphone, because even here, I think that you can hear it properly when she's speaking, but in the venue itself, the sound wasn't very, very loud. So I had a little bit of problems with that, because I wish that, you know, she has such a great answer that if perhaps she would have adapted those two things, it would have been so much more impactful.
Let me call on Mutya ng Lapu-Lapu City, Megan Campbell.
Choose your
Hello,
question.
Megan.
Hello, good evening.
Lord Jesus, this host.
Anxiety disorders and mental issues are on the rise among the youth of today. What advice would you give them? Again, anxiety disorders and mental issues are on the rise among the youth of today. What advice can you give them?
Advice I would give. I think that we all struggle with different um, challenges in life. And I think that it's important to surround yourself with love, kindness, and acceptance. Be sure to understand that when you love yourself, you can love other people around you. And we need to speak up more about these social issues so that we can bring light, we can incorporate science, and we can do more and make people feel safe, accepted, and heard.
Okay, so Miss Lapu Lapu City is the perfect example of how she saved that answer, because in the beginning I thought, ooh, she might be in trouble when she started by asking, what would I say? And then there was a little pause, and then she started slowly but surely building up the answer. But it was so good because she ended with a really strong statement. It was a bang in the end, and sometimes that's what it takes to make an answer, memorable. You really want to find a way to stand out, especially when you're competing against 7 other candidates who are also trying their best to provide a memorable answer. So in my opinion, Miss Lapu Lapu City knew when to pick within the competition, but also within the Q&A segment. Therefore, I'm really happy with this delivery.
2 more contestants left. So let me call on Mutya ng California, Jessie Cruz.
Mutya Ng California was beautiful, and this gown, oh my god.
Pick your question.
So your question is, if you are to have a solution to one problem besetting the world, what would it be? Again, if you are to have a solution to one problem besetting the world, what would it be?
I would choose to have a solution for sexual assault victims and bring them awareness and confidence. It is my advocacy, and as a criminology major and aspiring FBI agent, it is my passion to help these victims reclaim their bodies, lives, and confidence. Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about Miss California's answer here. I think that similar to the previous candidate, she also had the same situation in the beginning where she didn't seem so sure or how she was going to structure the answer when she started answering. However, as she went, the answer became stronger. Now, I'm going to say that here, for me personally, the biggest issue that I have with the answer is really just the tone all along, because the way that she answered it doesn't really sound like she's very confident or like she's very like in her element. It's almost as if she was what I will do if I could. If you're trying to get the title to represent an entire organization, of course it's important that you are sure of your things, that you are really empowered, that you know how to deliver a strong message and have an impact on the audience that is receiving that message. So I think that when you look at the substance of the answer, she was definitely able to recover. It was great. She added even like a fun fact. She was trying to become an FBI agent, like how intriguing. Even the hosts were commenting about it after she went back to her spot. But I think that what never really recovered was just the initial tone of the voice, that little bit of confusion that we could feel in the beginning. It got better, but it didn't recover completely. So that was my only comment here. But in terms of the answer, I mean, very good. I love the FBI comment as well. I was really shocked with that.
We got one more question.
All right, so let me call on our last Mutya for today. Mutya ng Tarlac City, Marceline Bautista.
And that is your question. Last but not the least.
Yes, last and definitely not the least. Okay, so your question is, what exactly does inclusivity mean? Not just in words, but in action. Again, what exactly does inclusivity mean? Not just in words, but in action.
Well, inclusivity came from the root word include. It means that um, including including people, even though they have different races. Thank you. Sorry.
Aww.
Thank you so much, Mutya Ng Pilipinas.
Okay, so what I will say about her is honestly, of course, unfortunately, she was not able to deliver the answer as expected. But if I'm being honest, I feel like there was something going on with this particular candidate all throughout the competition. I mean, at least the coronation night, I could feel that there was something off. I don't know if something happened behind the scenes, if there was something making her feel bad, if there was maybe a situation that happened right before the pageant, something with the team members. I have no idea. I cannot confirm. But you could feel for certain performances that she was not 100% there. Like she was doubting herself, and you could see even some of the candidates trying to lift her up. Like they will come and like rub her arm. They will try to calm her down. So the first thing that I will say is I really commend the audience, because when we were in the audience, a lot of people were cheering for her as she was struggling to deliver an answer. People started, applauding. People starting, sending love and like cheering for her. And I think that's such a beautiful thing, because it's nerve-wracking to be on stage delivering a Q&A, but at the same time, knowing that you're not doing your best, it can even make the experience worse for the contestants. I think that perhaps the major problem here is that she tried to start with a very intricate answer. The question was about inclusivity, and she went into the root of the word, and then she wanted to explain the meaning behind it. And sometimes it's hard to go that route, because when you're trying to define a word, it's already hard to find like synonyms of that word that will make sense in that context and to make it work with whatever you want to say after that. So I think that she set herself up for, a big challenge that ultimately she wasn't able to deliver. Personally, if I had to talk about inclusivity and what it means, I will talk about, the fact that you bring everyone together regardless of race, regardless of their gender, regardless of their preferences, regardless of our differences. You don't have to make it so specific, but at the end of the day, inclusivity is just make sure that everyone feels like they belong. I mean, at the end of the day, she still managed to get one of the crowns during the coronation night, so I'm guessing that her performance all throughout the pageant, the activities and all, was excellent for her to still make it. But yeah, definitely the Q&A was not what we were hoping for, but I'm sure that she can do much better than this under normal circumstances. So there you go, everyone. Those were my comments and feedback for each one of the 7 candidates of Mutya Ng Pilipinas 2022 for the Q&A segment, of course. Please let me know in the comment section what do you think about what I had to say, and let me know if you agree as well. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, don't forget to hit the like button so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this from almost every single day. And until I see you again, please stay safe, be kind to one another, sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you on the next one. Hugs!